This is my 1 month update of becoming an aspiring author. And I have taken notes because I need to do this in one take because I have a brick and mortar business I own and run and need to get to it. So let's get into it. So 31 days ago now, on May 25th, I started my journey as an aspiring author. I started and made an outline for a story I had in my head. I didn't even fully complete the outline and I started writing. So what I found is when I started writing, the plot holes that I could not figure out while doing my outline figured themselves out. So the first two sessions of writing of I believe it was like the prologue and first chapter, all of a sudden when I was starting to start the story, those plot lines filled themselves in. The major plot line solved itself, then created a snowball effect to solve the other plot holes. And it has been it was so amazing. And you always hear authors talk about how the characters control the story. And I am going to tell you that is so true. It's not, I don't even know how it happens. It just happens and they tell you how it goes. So I have officially started writing and um yeah. And so right away, the day I started writing, the first thing I did was I secured, for one, I chose a pen name, which is K Hope, and I secured all social media platforms as K Hope Writes. So you can find me on all platforms at K Hope Writes. And so with that, right now on YouTube, which this is what this is going to be posted on, I have one whole subscriber. Go me. On Facebook, a total of 13, and over on 13. So I haven't really found my niche on Facebook just yet. Mainly it's sharing what I share on Instagram. But I'll find something for the followers on Facebook. So on Threads, which is like the new Twitter, I I just started. I kind of did that mid month, and I now have 67 followers, and I absolutely love it. So that's where you're going to find my unhinged thoughts and questions and just random things, kind of like old school Twitter. I don't know. I'm a millennial. I'm 40 years old, so that would be my reference. So that's where you find that if you want to have my unhinged thoughts and what I'm doing every day of the week. Over on Instagram, which is more, I am trying to get it to be more of an aesthetic, other than my stories. They're a bit chaotic and everywhere. Um, the aesthetic pictures and updates. That I am at 149 followers. And that brings me to TikTok. TikTok is my most successful platform at the moment. Um, that is where you're going to find trending videos. You get regular updates. I tend to update more on TikTok. More video updates. It kind of be similar to Threads, but more video and interactive. Um, so yesterday when I checked, I was at 666, which was super exciting for me. I don't know, 666. I thought it was funny. I didn't stay there long because now 24 hours later, I am at 809 followers on TikTok. And it has been great. And I have found the writing community is the most welcoming community I have ever been a part of. I love finding indie authors, traditionally published authors, and supporting them. I receive support in as well and suggestions, and it has been absolutely amazing. Definitely the best community I've ever been a part of when it comes to an online community. I'm hoping at some point soon that I find like minded authors, aspiring authors, soon to be published indie authors, just a small group of us that we can kind of have a side chat, group chat, messaging board. That would be great to build my own little knit community of fellow aspiring authors like myself. So if you are meeting that box, let me know and let's maybe have like a little bit of a group chat to support each other in a more intimate way. Um, One other thing I did is I already purchased my domain name. So I own www.khope or author Khope. So www.authorkhope.com. I have yet to build my website, but hopefully soon. And that's where I am going to have, so you can sign up for newsletters. And when I am ready, not even close yet, probably, hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be ready to open up beta reading applications as well as hopefully ARC and so forth. So, yes, I will have a website. It'll be authorkhope.com, and that is coming. Just keep in mind, I'm a broke aspiring author right now starting out, so these things cost money. And then we're on the next page. Oh, one thing I did like a little on the weekend, I took a couple days off from writing my novel, only because I was starting, now that I'm getting into writing out the story and I'm kind of trying to like fill out um, my chapters and where I want it. So I've been trying to find what works for me. And I have like an outline that is on, I use Word Doc or Google Docs, sorry. So on Google Docs, I have my outline, but it's on a different doc. So when I need to go reference it, I have to go out of my work and I lose that momentum. So I have been using my notebook to keep notes, but then as the story's going, that's very scattered. So, and I like to be organized. So, what I started doing, and this is mainly for myself, but if people were wanting to, I will have it on my website at some point, is I made my own novel blueprint workbook. So, it has sheets to do an outline, make my whole outline, all my characters. Um, all my plot structure, my story arcs, I have them all. It'll have its own page and contents. I'm loving it. I've only started using a little bit of it and I'm getting the best in. Then my next step in it is getting my chapters. Um, because I've done my draft planning is my chapters. Um, I already have this written out of what's happening in the chapters. But as I'm writing the chapters, I need to take notes of a plot hole I have found, something that should have been mentioned in a different chapter, or something that needs to be mentioned in a future chapter. I'm going to have it's in my workbook with each chapter. I can write down what I need to add. So I'm following the rule. From what I've been researching, the rule is do not go back and edit your first draft. It probably sucks. Maybe it doesn't, but chances are do not go back, because if you change one thing, it might not happen. It might not worry later on in the second draft anyways, depending on how your characters take you in the story. So I'll be able to write it on my little chapter notes in my workbook. So I'm super excited about that, because that's going to make the editing process so much easier and so much more organized for my ADHD brain, as well as I only get like 30-minute and 40-minute writing sprints at a time at the moment, because my life's super busy. I work full time. I work overtime. I have kids. I have a husband. It is summer. There is weddings, showers, baby showers, everything. So I only get a little bit of time. So any way that I can keep my brain more organized and more streamlined when I get in a writing sprint is going to be a big thing. So that's one thing I'm super excited about to have. And it's going to be, once I have it, I'm going to make it an actual little booklet for myself to have for my future book, because I already have a book 2 planned out. So I'll be using this in that, and then I'll be able to use it as well to plant my Easter eggs for book 2. So I'm super excited. It's going to help build a more well planned out novel for myself come publishing, so that it doesn't feel, because most I feel it's going to make a better first debut novel for myself. So anyways, enough about talking about myself that way. Finally, progress on my first draft. So like I said, I have been writing. I only do it in little stints, but as of right now, I have 11,676 words written. And I am nearing the end of chapter 6. That is so exciting. I have almost 6 full chapters plus a prologue written out. So that's 7 chapters of my book. Like, that's insane. My words, my book. So it's happening. First draft is happening. So many don't get to this point. So I'm just so excited and proud of myself for getting at that point. And because if you are still following along on this video, I will give you a little thing, a snippet of what my book is about. So my story is following Lainey, who she works and lives on her family farm and runs it. And she's having an issue with the new hire. Her grandfather hired Stone. Just got scared because my alarm went off. I have to get to work. We have like 2 more minutes to do this video. Okay, so Lainey's upset because her grandfather hired Stone. And not only did he hire him, he moved him into her bedroom, her childhood bedroom. So in the main house. So now she has to not only become a boss to the new hire, very handsome new hire, this gorgeous cowboy who now lives in her childhood bedroom. But the issue with that is Lainey has a secret double life. And with this new hire, with Stone living on the property, she now has to navigate keeping this secret identity a secret to keep herself and her best friend Katie safe. So that's a little snippet of my book. And that's my first month of writing.